Did you know that back in the 1980s, during the war with Iraq, Iran was so desperate for military technology that they were trying to reverse engineer American missiles using mail-order model airplane parts? Fast forward to today and things have dramatically changed. Iran is now considered a global drone superpower, with its technology showing up in conflicts all over the world. How on earth did this happen? How did a nation under decades of heavy sanctions, cut off from international markets and advanced tech, manage to build one of the most formidable drone arsenals on the planet? This isn't just a story about military hardware. It's a story of isolation, ingenuity, and a relentless drive for self-sufficiency. It has a fascinating journey from those hobbyist airplane parts to cutting-edge unmanned aerial vehicles that are reshaping modern warfare. So, stick around as we unravel the incredible and somewhat shocking story of how Iran became a drone superpower. Let's rewind the clock to the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s. Iran found itself in a dire situation. Internationally isolated after the 1979 revolution, they couldn't just go out and buy advanced weapons like their adversary, Saddam Hussein's Iraq, which was being supplied by both the West and the Soviet Union. The Iranian military was facing a technologically superior enemy and taking heavy losses. They needed a game changer, something that could give them an edge without costing a fortune or requiring foreign suppliers. This is where the story of their drone program begins, born not in a state-of-the-art lab, but out of sheer necessity. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, started experimenting. Their first attempts were pretty basic. We're talking about simple, remote-controlled aircraft, essentially glorified model planes equipped with regular cameras for reconnaissance. The goal was to fly over Iraqi lines, snap some pictures of their positions, and get back without being shot down. It was risky, low-tech, but it was a start. One of their very first drones was called the Muhajir-1. It was created in 1985 and was incredibly primitive by today's standards. It had a very short range and could only carry a simple film camera. After a flight, they'd have to recover the drone and then develop the film to see what they had captured. But even this basic capability was a huge advantage. It gave them eyes in the sky, allowing them to spot enemy troop concentrations and plan their attacks more effectively. It was the first small step on a very long journey. After the war ended, Iran didn't stop. They realized the immense potential of this technology. Sanctions weren't going away, so they knew they had to rely on themselves. The 1990s and 2000s became a period of intense, behind-the-scenes development. They took the lessons learned from the Muhajir-1 and started to build more sophisticated designs. They were like a sponge, absorbing any bit of technology they could get their hands on. And this is where things get really interesting. Iran became masters of reverse engineering. Whenever they managed to capture or find foreign drone technology, they would meticulously take it apart, study every single component, and figure out how to replicate it. A major turning point came in 2011. Do you remember when an advanced American RQ-170 Sentinel stealth drone went down over Iran? The U.S. said it malfunctioned. Iran claimed they hacked it and brought it down safely. Whatever the real story is, the result was the same. Iran got its hands on one of the most advanced surveillance drones in the world. For them, it was like winning the lottery. They put it on national television, a huge propaganda victory. But the real prize was the technology inside. They immediately got to work. Iranian engineers painstakingly reverse-engineered the Sentinel. A few years later, they unveiled their own version, which looked eerily similar. This event showcased their growing confidence and technical skill. It sent a clear message to the world. We can not only build our own drones, but we can also copy yours. This capture and copy strategy became a cornerstone of their program. They reportedly did the same with Israeli and other American drones that were downed over the years. Each captured piece of tech was a lesson, a blueprint for their next generation of UAVs. But it wasn't just about copying. Iran was also innovating. Facing sanctions meant they couldn't import high-tech components like advanced engines or guidance systems. So they had to create their own domestic industry from scratch. They built factories to produce everything from the airframes to the electronics. This forced self-sufficiency had an unexpected benefit. It made their drone program incredibly resilient. They weren't dependent on foreign supply chains that could be cut off at any moment. This led to the development of a huge and diverse family of drones. You have reconnaissance drones like the Mohajer series, which evolved from that simple camera drone into a sophisticated platform. Then you have the attack drones, the ones that make the headlines. The most famous of these is the Shahed series. The Shahed 136 in particular has become infamous. It's often called a kamikaze or one-way attack drone. It's relatively cheap to produce, costing maybe around $20,000, which is a tiny fraction of the cost of a traditional cruise missile. It's designed to be launched in large numbers, a swarm, to overwhelm air defenses. One or two might get shot down, but if you launch dozens at once, some are bound to get through. Its design is simple yet effective. It uses a commercially available engine, which makes it cheap to build. Its navigation system is a mix of GPS and inertial guidance, allowing it to fly to pre-programmed coordinates. The recent conflict in Ukraine has put the Shahed 136 on the global stage, demonstrating its destructive potential and making it a symbol of Iran's drone capabilities. So, how did they get so good at this? A big part of the answer lies in their strategy. Iran's military doctrine is based on asymmetric warfare. They know they can't compete with superpowers like the United States in a conventional war, plane for plane, tank for tank. So, they look for ways to level the playing field, to exploit their opponent's weaknesses. Drones are the perfect asymmetric weapon. They are cheap, deniable, and can be distributed to allies and proxy groups across the Middle East. This is a key part of Iran's strategy. They don't just build drones for themselves. They share the technology with groups in Yemen, Lebanon, Iraq, and Syria. This allows them to project power and influence far beyond their borders, often without directly involving their own forces. It gives them plausible deniability. An attack happens and they can say, "It wasn't us." This proliferation has had a massive impact on regional security. Suddenly, non-state actors have access to air power, something that was once the exclusive domain of national governments. It completely changes the dynamics of conflict. This vast network also serves as a real-world testing ground. When their allies use these drones in combat, Iran gets invaluable data on their performance. They see what works, what doesn't, and what needs to be improved. This feedback loop accelerates their development cycle, allowing them to refine and upgrade their designs much faster than if they were just testing them in a lab. So, what does the future hold? Iran's drone program is not slowing down. They are constantly showing off new models with greater range, more powerful payloads, and improved stealth capabilities. They're reportedly working on integrating artificial intelligence for more autonomous operations and better swarm coordination. They're also developing jet-powered drones that are faster and can carry heavier loads. The rise of Iran as a drone superpower presents a complex challenge. Their low-cost, effective technology is spreading, and it's changing the nature of warfare. It shows that you do need a massive defense budget or access to the world's best technology to become a major player in this field. Ingenuity, a clear strategic vision, and a relentless drive for self-reliance can be just as powerful. The story of Iran's drone program is a classic example of turning a weakness into a strength. Decades of isolation forced them to build their own path, and the result is an arsenal that has the world's attention. From those humble model airplane parts in the 1980s to the swarms of Shahed drones today, it's been a remarkable, and for many, a deeply unsettling transformation. What do you think about this incredible rise? Is it a testament to brilliant engineering under pressure, or a worrying development for global stability? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this deep dive interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. See you in the next one.